Welcome back.
There's always a lot of drama on the cobbles of Coronation Street. This week is no exception. Tonight, the Rovers' return landlady, Stella Price, is due to marry Carl Munro. She doesn't yet know he's responsible for the fire that caused the death of Sunita.
Stella played, of course, by Michelle Collins, who's with us now. Morning, Michelle. We'll come to that in a second. First of all, we have to talk about the real-life drama, really, that's been unfolding off the screen for one cast member, Michael Lavelle.
Oh, now that's not fair.
But he was found not guilty yesterday of a number of sex abuse charges. You are a member of the cast. How do you all feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a general spokesperson for the cast, and I have to be very careful. I think, the people I was with are just very genuinely happy for him. He must be, a very, very happy man today. That's all I can say. And awful thing to have to go to, but it's very fresh, it's very raw. I don't want to really comment too much on it, really.
Okay.
Of course. So,
let's talk about my wedding.
Back to the storylines of the soap. Yes, you're due to get married. Now, the whole audience knows what Carl is like. You're the only person, really, who doesn't know what he's been up to.
That's what's so great, I think, in soap, is when the audience knows something and you don't as a character. I think it's quite exciting, and everyone's like, when are you going to get rid of him? But, it's been going on for too long. We need to get rid of him. Stella needs to know. So I think people are loving the storyline, but I think now they're ready to know what's going to happen, and it will happen.
Just to recap, if people aren't too familiar, there was you're about to get married to this bloke who's with you in the pub, and
We've had a very tempestuous relationship for about 2 years.
Yes.
I've put up with his gambling and his womanising and everything. And then there was a terrible fight. I'm the landlady of the Rovers. Did you know that?
I knew that.
Right,
no.
okay.
Oh, I'm up to speed. I'm just bringing everybody else with me. That's all. Don't you worry about that.
Anyway, there's a terrible fire in the pub, and he actually caused it. And somebody, in fact,
somebody died.
Two people, a firefighter and Sunita were killed. Right. But basically, he rescues me from the fire, so he becomes my hero. And then I decide to marry him. Very silly woman. Decides to marry him. Yes. And so basically it's will she, won't she? And there's another sort of storyline with this young kid called Craig who thinks he started the fire. So
it's interesting, as we've been talking about it, and in fact before we started talking about it, there is so much discussion about Coronation Street on the internet and even on the Coronation Street site.
I know.
So I feel like I want to ask you about what's going to happen, and I know people who've seen the website stories will know, but it's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Because there are people out there who still watch television.
I know, it's very difficult.
At the appointed time.
Do I say that? I mean, there's pictures of me in a wedding dress all over the magazine.
Yeah.
But you can be sure it's not going to run according to plan. I mean,
no,
obviously not.
It was very funny, because I felt like Miss Havisham in that wedding dress. We did so many pickups. I must have had it on for about 10 years. By the end, it was fraying at the edges. She sort of goes ahead with it, but marriage made in heaven.
Okay,
let's
good.
say that. It's exciting.
Let's get a quick preview of tonight's episode, because here's Stella the morning after the hen party.
Right.
Oh, and there was me telling Carl not to get too hungover. Hey, well, don't worry, because we'll be right as rain after some coffee.
Oh, cut the optimism, Eva. At least till my head stopped banging.
All right, thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye.
How is he?
They said they'd ring if there was any change. Anyway, it's a busy day, lots to do. Maria's going to come do your hair about 11 o'clock.
Oh, can I get in the shower first so I can help Mum with the dress?
Yeah, just don't run off the hot water.
Oh, I wonder what Carl wants.
Oh, you can't speak to him, not on your wedding day.
Oh.
Good morning.
Hiya, is she there?
Yes, she is, but you can't speak to her, it's bad luck.
Oh, no, I'm just checking she's all right, that's all.
Yeah, she'll be fine once the blood's drained out of her eyeballs.
Is anything wrong? No, just touching base.
Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you can't wait to see her this afternoon.
Oh, well, it's true, I can't. Listen, you will get her there on time, won't you?
Well, we'll do if you get off the phone. We've got a million things to do this morning.
Well, I feel like hissing when I see him now.
Do you?
He's under a bit of time pressure, clearly.
He's good, though, isn't he? He plays a good villain.
Speaking of time pressure, though, the word is that you are going to be calling time at the Rovers' return. Is it next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's 8 months away, but they obviously, because of, storylines, they need to know quite early if you're going to go or not. So I think they do long-term in October. So I don't think they know how I'm going to exit yet.
But how would you...
How would you
like to go?
Not in a taxi.
Oh.
That's really boring. They all go in taxis, don't they? I don't know. I did say before, I hope they don't kill me. I'd quite like them not to kill me because you never know. I don't
And
know.
how much influence do you have over that?
Not very much, really. No, we actually don't. Which in some ways is probably better.
But you haven't been there that long. Is it 3 years?
By the time I leave, I'd have been there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So most characters sort of just getting settled in. Why have you decided to go?
Well, initially, I always said I'd probably only stay 3 years. And, I mean, I still live in London, and I do the commute, and I've got a daughter who's just done her GCSEs, and I need to spend more time with her. She's got 2 years of A levels, and then she'll be at uni, and then who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. So yeah, I need to be.
Maybe your character could go away to university, start a fresh life.
I could follow her. Oh, she'd love that.
And then come back.
Mum's got a flat. Just see where you are. Oh my God, she'd kill me.
That's what parents want to do, though, isn't it? Actually.
Well, speaking of killing people, let's hope that all passes
Oh,
off
I know.
peacefully.
Sorry. And good luck with Strictly, because Natalie's in it, isn't she?
I know.
Yeah.
Natalie,
You're
Gumisi
very brave,
from
that's all I
Cannon
can
Street.
say.
I realised that yesterday when I started training.
No, but well,
honestly,
it's a good thing to do. You look great.
Lovely to see you. Thanks very
Thank
much.
you for having me. Thank
terrific
you.
to see you, Michelle. Thanks so
Coronation
much.
Street, ITV tonight, 7:30. Drama.
Charlie and Louise back tomorrow. Have a good day, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Drivers